indicates swamp human beings, has located himself in a little bit of hot water. Andrew changed into given citations, both of them for failing to tag an alligator. Imagine spending your entire lifestyles within the swamp, getting to know the artwork of alligator searching, simplest to face an unexpected heartbreaking tragedy that modifications the whole lot. Troy Landry, the beloved king of the swamp from Swamp Human Beings, has been through greater than just alligator hunts. His existence took a turn nobody noticed coming, leaving him and his circle of relatives to select up the pieces. Today, we dive deep into the untold tale of the Landry-owned family's adventure through private loss, tragedy, and resilience. How Troy, a generational alligator hunter, has navigated some of the darkest days of his life. Troy Landry wasn't continually a TV sensation. Born and raised within the swamps of Pierre Part, Louisiana, Troy comes from an extended line of hunters. Alligator searching turned into, by no means just a task for him, a manner of lifestyles exceeded down via generations. His father, Duffy Landry, turned into a industrial fisherman who taught Troy to recognize and work with nature. When the History Channel launched Swamp People in 2010, audiences have been captivated by using Troy's talent, bravery, and well-known catchphrase, "Chudum." His know-how of the swamp and his fearless man or woman made him an immediately favored, earning him the identify king of the swamp. But behind this success, Troy was continually grounded by family, way of life, and a deep connection to the land he loves. For over 14 years, fans of Swamp Human Beings have observed Troy Landry's legendary hunts inside the Atchafalaya River Basin. His unparalleled skill at tracking and catching the most important alligators in the international has made him an icon, no longer only in Louisiana, but throughout the globe. What started as a manner for his family to survive using the swamp as a meal source changed into a multi-million-dollar company, and all of it started out with Troy's deep connection to his roots. Born in Pierre Part, Louisiana, Troy is the fifth generation in his circle of relatives to seek alligators. For Troy, gator looking changed into extra than a task, a manner of existence. He recalls that he in no way had a choice. It became in his blood. Troy's information inside the swamp and his capability to predict gator behavior with uncanny precision made him a standout in alligator looking. Okay, you ready? 1, 3. Try to move within the boat. Troy Landry's upward thrust to fame may have regarded like an overnight fulfillment to viewers, but the truth behind his journey to television stardom is a story of grit, subculture, and a deep-seated love for his historical past. Born into the swamps of Pierre Part, Louisiana, the bayou practically shaped Troy's life. The records and lifestyle of alligator hunting ran deep inside the Landry bloodline, with 5 generations before him making their living off the swamp's considerable but risky natural world. Troy discovered the ropes from his father, Duffy Landry, as a young boy. Swamp People wasn't only a stroke of luck, it became the end result of many years of experience, own family traditions, and a relentless work ethic. When History Channel manufacturers had been scouting for genuine alligator hunters, they weren't just seeking out someone who could put on a show. They wished a person who lived and breathed the swamp, someone whose very livelihood trusted it. And this is exactly where Troy and his circle of relatives came in. Their recognition as seasoned hunters who understood the importance of retaining a sustainable alligator populace made them the perfect suit. The show's debut, in 2010, catapulted the Landry-owned family into the highlight, with Troy turning into an immediate fan favorite. His signature phrase, "Chudum," echoed across residing rooms nationwide as viewers tuned in to witness the joys of the quest and the demanding situations that got here with it. But beyond the catchy catchphrases and high-stakes battles with giant gators, what really resonated with fans turned into the authenticity Troy brought to the display. He wasn't simply an actor gaveling an element, he turned into the real deal, a real alligator hunter with mud on his boots and a love for the land. While the display targeted on the adrenaline-pumping moments of catching monster gators, it also shed light at the nuances of the trade, something that Troy took wonderful satisfaction in. His know-how went beyond really capturing the creatures. He understood their behavior, habitats, and role in the surroundings. This information, and a seafood distribution business that Troy ran alongside Looking, showcased his versatility and deep information of the swamp's financial system. Yet in spite of the reputation and newfound possibilities, Troy remained grounded in his roots. For him, the swamp wasn't only a backdrop for a TV display, it turned into domestic. The Landry family's commitment to every different in the craft changed into obedience in each episode as they navigated the treacherous waters of the Atchafalaya Basin, not simply as hunters, however, as stewards of the land. Away from the screens, Troy's existence became a ways from the glitz and glamour of TV. He continued operating the own family's crawfish ponds and shrimp lines, staying genuine to the way of life he had continually recognized. Even after all the seasons of Swamp People, Troy's philosophy hadn't modified plenty. Work difficult, appreciate the swamp, and care for your circle of relatives. No surprise visitors felt a deep connection to him. He turned into more than just a TV personality. He became an image of resilience, subculture, and the enduring spirit of the bayou. But as the seasons went on, lovers observed that Troy started appearing less often on the show. Speculations ran wild, with many questioning if the king of the swamp had hung up his searching boots for accurate. The fact was far more complicated and heartbreaking. Troy had always been a pillar of strength for his own family, but backstage he faced many private demanding situations that took a toll on his fitness and spirit. Through it all, Troy remained a parent of perseverance. He won't be at the front traces as a whole lot as he once turned into, but his legacy keeps through his sons, Jacob and Chase, who have taken up the mantle, sporting ahead the Landry name inside the alligator-looking international. The Landry-owned family story is a testimony to the power of way of life, the power of own family bonds, and the relentless pursuit of one's ardor, even within the face of adversity. Troy Landry's adventure with swamp human beings started when manufacturers had been seeking out authentic alligator hunters who ought to bring the wealthy culture of the Louisiana bayous to life. The Landry family became a prime candidate, encouraged by using country wildlife officers because of their impeccable searching abilities and adherence to strict policies. Many fanatics may not have found out that Troy and his own family have been searching alligators earlier than the camera seemed. This wasn't just a job for them. It changed into a way of life, handed down via generations. Troy was, to begin with, hesitant, approximately letting cameras comply with his every circulate. The idea of getting his circle of relatives' circular moments broadcast to the world was unsettling. But because the United States became reeling from the results of the recession, Troy noticed the opportunity the display provided as a blessing in disguise. Gratitude. Troy. Ray. Troy. The Restless and Disguise. The economic guide from the manufacturing allowed the Landry-owned family to maintain their enterprise afloat for the duration of difficult financial times. It became a lifeline that saved their livelihood and opened doorways to new commercial enterprise ventures, inclusive of beneficial partnerships and endorsement deals. As Swamp People's popularity grew, so did Troy's affect. He commenced to discover other ventures, consisting of his collaboration with Savage Arms for the Landry signature rifle and the release of his very own seafood enterprise, Crankin' Crabs, which impressively produces around 6 million kilos of crab yearly. Despite his fame, Troy stays grounded, often attributing his success to the painting's ethic instilled in him through his own family. What many fanatics find admirable is that no matter his newfound wealth and reputation, Troy has stayed authentic to his roots. Most of his earnings still come from alligator income and fishing, proving that he hasn't strayed some distance from the traditions that shaped him. In addition to his function as a pro alligator hunter, Troy has ventured into other business areas, together with taking part with Savage Arms to create the Landry signature rifle. His success has translated right into a nearly $2 million net worth, thank you largely to his function in Swamp People. Despite his fame, Troy stays humble, attributing his achievement to the lessons found out from generations of Landrys who've made a living inside the swamp. Troy's commercial enterprise empire extends beyond hunting, with Super Ventures along with Cranking Crabs, a relatively success commercial enterprise that generates a tremendous profits of £6 million annually. This diversification has allowed Troy to hedge in opposition to the unpredictability of the alligator hunting seasons. The organization has also enabled him to create extra partnerships with nearby and national brands that see his unique way of life as a way of attracting niche markets, inquisitive about out-of-doors merchandise and adventure-primarily based goods. Troy Landry's wealth, stated to exceed $2 million, stems from various earnings assets. While the alligator-searching commercial enterprise is his #1 supply of earnings, he has additionally built a robust network through various partnerships and product endorsements. In addition to the sales from his hunting commercial enterprise, Troy's role on Swamp People has opened doors to lucrative deals. As Swamp People heads into its 15th season, lovers are more excited about the destiny, Troy's ongoing recovery from most cancers, the evolution of his own family's commercial enterprise, and the creation of a Swamp People spin-off, offering Troy and Jacob, have sparked a renewed hobby in the show. The dynamic among the Landry-owned family participants, their unyielding paintings ethic, and their challenges within the swamp retain to captivate audiences. The swamp came to life, and the challenges within the Swamp People retain to captivate audiences. Whether or now not, this can be the final season, Troy's legacy, because the Swamp King is steady, and his influence on the arena of alligator searching may be felt for generations to come.